more views than the 22,000 because of what I share.
Well, you broke patterns, and who knows?
So you're not going to like put attention on the fact that they put sovereign citizen terrorist warnings on all my videos on the first channel, and that all of my subscribers say they don't get notifications and get unsubscribed to the channel? We're just going to ignore all those facts?
So you say, but hey, I mean, how big of a deal
I'm just a meanie. That's what it is. I'm a meanie on the internet. That's why no one watches. Right. All right, I'll accept that.
Well, Paul, how much do you have to complain about it? How many times do you need to remind everyone, oh my God, there's obstacles to my success?
It's not about obstacles to my success necessarily. I mean, I'm arguably doing better after the shadow banning in the games than I was before in the private. Okay. But with that said, I would think it would be like applicable to all of us if someone who you all and we all spend time with, which in this case is me, having their channel fucked with and mischaracterized and deemed to be terroristic, that might have serious implications for all of us with sharing information and experience, I would think.
Well, Paul, if you didn't act like such a terrorist to me and others, maybe you'd have more support in what you're complaining about.
So you're terrorized by me and my words online?
Paul, what
Mitchell, this is where you step in as the advocate, I think. This is his official position.
Paul, what description can you accept? What's that?
Sorry.
I have disagreements with you, imagined or otherwise. Excuse me.
Right.
My emphysema is kicking up.
You're filled with conflicts and disagreements, Paul.
I don't seem conflicted in what I do in my life. I pretty much do the same thing over and over again with varied results, mostly in my favor at this point.
Well, so you say and so you claim, but you keep looping in narrow-minded focus, and you can paint yourself to be as glorious as you want. But Paul, what I was offering is that you often talk about how you've been a victim and how
I got to go, Jack. While you're not paying for your house, we actually got to go like secure some land right now because we're going to put some dwellings on it and all the rest.
Good. Take a hike.
Damn, I was just about to ask him a question. Hey, Paul, when you watch this, come back. I got a question for you.
He's gone.
Greetings, everyone.
Yes.
What's going on?
Thank you for your patience. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hope all's good in the chat.
Jack, I just came to share a scripture with you, man. I dropped it in the back if you're willing to share it, but it has to do with what you mentioned regarding the conversation you and Tarek were having regarding hell.
Here.
Oh, thanks, Goblin. That would be nice.
Yeah. I think you guys will find this interesting because there's something that's overlooked. I can't really see. Let me see if I can open the window.
Here.
Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me, Jack?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, so Revelation 9:2, and it says the sun and sky were darkened by the smoke from the abyss, and out of the smoke locusts came down upon the earth and were given power like the scorpions of the earth. So what did you notice in that?
Are you asking me, Goblin?
What?
I'm asking all of you.
What are we supposed to notice?
Oh, yeah. I didn't know. I didn't notice anything, to be honest.
It mentions, it says the sun were darkened by the smoke from darkened by the smoke from the abyss, and out of the smoke locusts came down upon the earth and were given power like the scorpions of the earth. So they came down upon the earth from the abyss. That tells you that hell is above you as well.
Okay.
They want you
to think I understand
there's a bad place underneath you and there's a good place above you. But what if the bad place and the good place are above you? Because they came down to the earth.
Okay, so Goblin, do you believe there's hell after your death, like for judgment from God as a Christian? That was my question. That's all.
We go to heaven and hell multiple times.
Okay, that's all I want to ask. That's it. It's not just on this realm in the physical world. That's what I was trying to get a little bit more clarity.
Everything starts with a
How
thought.
do you know?
So it all starts in the mind.
Yeah, of course, I get that. Even here, I get that there's hell and heaven and on earth a little bit too as well. I'm just saying, and God judges everybody if you're a believer. there is heaven and hell. Some people will be in hell and some people will be in heaven. You believe that, right?
How do you know?
Well, that's
Again,
about
it's a
the
belief.
process
So
of
belief,
remembering.
belief.
Well, belief and faith, that all applies as well, yes.
How this is
Where's
kind of where I
TML?
was.
I need TML on this.
Hey, Tarek, actually, what I was wondering had more to do with you. The reason for your question, do you know why? What are you trying to better understand? The opinions of others? Something to believe?
He wants to ridicule Christians for their
So do I.
beliefs because they conflict with his as a Muslim.
Okay.
But
They both deserve
So,
ridicule.
Well,
again,
I
I'm
know-
not even a good Muslim.
What is-
Okay, I'm not
Here,
a
what
Muslim. So
I don't
Okay.
care if you're a good Muslim or not. It's your belief system.
Well, we all have
Okay.
different perspectives. So Tarek, if you were to answer, what would you say? What is the reason? What is it within you you're trying to get clarity on?
okay, so the clarity I was trying to get is based on what we do, because we all talk about the truth and God in here, and is the truth and God is love. But to me, it seems like a lot of the times people are just like saying love, 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 that there's no pretty much judgment after you die, that nobody will go to hell. So I asked the question, do you believe as a Christian that you would go to hell if you did something evil, for example, very evil? And the question you answered was that
Okay,
it was
but-
only on this earth if I believe, that you don't know.
Right. The real answer is I don't know. Okay.
You want to
but
talk about the truth or your beliefs? Because you don't know.
See, and
That's
that's what I wanted to get back to you, Tarek. What are you trying to know? I mean, are you just seeking to know other people's opinions? What would it, if you found an answer one way or another, does it change you? Because if you're just asking questions to ask questions for entertainment, well, that's the ways, that's some of the things we do. But it's a path for us to get to wisdom. And here's something I realized. If you can consider the concepts, right? The ultimate intelligence.
Did you just scare him off?
I don't think so. We've got a Richard Madsen.
Oh yeah, he's good.
Okay. Welcome, Demolished Doctrine.
Peace and respect. How you doing, Mr. Talcott?
Feeling good. Feeling blessed, actually. Thank you.
Well, you're not, so stop it.
Damn it. I was going somewhere. Oh, the truth, the ultimate truth. We're here to grow and expand in our knowledge. Our experience and our testimony allows others to learn. And then through our example, others learn, and we learn the same way with it's the other way for us. The answers we find in our life, it all depends. The answers we get are based on the questions we ask. And this is what I realized about myself. A lot of the time when I was frustrated, I was asking the wrong questions. And asking the wrong questions, you end up in the wrong places. I ended up with like dark and hate as my answers, and anger. If we set within ourselves, and this is what I've realized, I encourage, set within yourself, humble yourself, that you want to know the goodness. You want to know the goodness about the truth, and you want to know the truth about the goodness that you can. Because really, I think that's the whole point of being.
Jack,
Yes, sir.
your opinion on alternating current and gravity. Do you feel that alternating current defies gravity?
I don't know enough to answer
Okay,
that.
but you would agree that in order to have a current or live electricity, you have to have live and a ground, right? Both.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, the opposite, or the other half of the yin and the yang, they're required for them to be of balance,
Okay.
If everything was completely good, we would start nitpicking and finding things that we don't agree with, like imagine disagreements. You know what I mean?
Sure.
We would create problems.
Electrical, you would short out. Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, I think that's what's already happening. If you look at problems in the West, right? Like fighting against the patriarchy or changing your gender, like all of these issues are kind of non-issues. I think the real
Right.
issue is a whole society full of people who never actually had any challenge in their life or real struggles, and something about humans needs that.
So you do agree, and you also agree that there is an imbalance at the moment, right?
I don't actually follow what you've been saying since you got up here, except for that very limited sentence that I agreed with.
I think that's all we really got out. But
you said that you agree as far as the opposite of left to be existent in order for both sides, for the balance, right? The divine balance. And so with these disagreements or problems that humans are creating, are you coming to are you in agreement with the fact that there is an imbalance of
I think that a state of friction or opposing forces is the balance.
So
I don't think that there's an equilibrium that is without any motion, if that makes sense.
I see what you're saying. I agree as well.
Permission to restream?
Sure. Please.
Thank you.
Hey, actually there. Good segue. We'll bring it back into the topic. Because the balance of the world right now, and I'll venture to say, is if you take, at least from my perspective on history, even before the time of Jesus, the world had been corrupted, had been divided, and people had been enslaved. And
so Jesus didn't do shit?
No, he led the way. He led the way out of the lower consciousness of division and wars and punishment. And Jesus led the way from sin and corruption for the rest of us to better understand. And this is something I was considering earlier. What did he do? He showed us the way to walk with love and to walk in faith. Faith in the heavenly powers, the powers of truth and love.
But also walking literally physically requires movement. I also always found that fascinating personally.
Okay. That's an observation. Yes.
I feel like everybody's extra autistic tonight.
It's growing,
we're in good.
man. It's growing.
Well, I think it's all somewhat
Jack, I believe also
been kind of complicated.
What's been complicated? 5-speed?
All of it. I mean,
Agreed.
all the thoughts and our imaginations and our emotions and our egos. When it kind of, when I look back and all of this, at religion and all of it, I believe it all. I guess depending on what part where you're coming from, it's wrapped around the family structure. And if you take that very family structure and the foundation of the family and the home, and you look at that in a corporate structure, it's the same aspects as the house. I mean, just like you got to go out and slop the hogs, you got to feed the chickens, you got whatever the case may be, you got to do your part. So that's what they've complicated everybody, all of us with, I believe, right? Because as I look at it, I mean, it seems that the corporations are run under the same kind of structure as a house, as a home, as a family.
Yes.
Where do we all get lost in? How did all these corporations are just made up of people just like you and I, but doesn't seem to be too self-righteous with everyone else? Yes.
With what you were saying, I noticed this in the past couple of weeks. What you just said is absolutely true. Our households are divided today by budgets. The house is set up like a little corporation, and the family is a corporation, and that's what the government has done. That's what the world has shown us.
Not everything is a corporation. That doesn't make sense.
I don't know. I got wind today. I got a 16-year-old that just started driving, and I got wind that it's $11,000 a year for insurance. I mean, come on, people. When's this shit going to end?
What's he driving?
I mean, it's a newer car, but I mean, still.
It's not a truck or anything, though, right?
No, It's
$900 a month.
Yeah, $900. That's insane. Now, how do you expect anybody to even go out here and? I mean,
make more money. I guess I don't know.
Start selling your booty
hole
with homeowners.
You got to run faster on the rat wheel.
It's all the
There's
insurance.
more to that story.
From my understanding,
not all insurances are $900 a month. My
if you start,
that's correct.
Right now,
all the different types of insurances, they're taking advantage. Furthermore, it's a scam, in my opinion. But I'm saying even the homeowners insurance is going up.
The only thing scammy about insurance is that you have to have extra insurance for each
you
car.
Have potholes on your road and you have to insure your vehicle, and they don't have to insure the road.
You have to insure you don't have to have it insured for potholes. You have to have it insured for your liability.
You're missing the point. If you
No, I'm not. I reject your point. I'm rejecting your point. I understand your point.
Why is public property not have to be insured or maintenance or upkept when that's what can damage your property just as well as you?
That's not why insurance is required. It has nothing to do with potholes.
I understand what you're saying. I'm saying, why don't they have to insure that or at least keep that up to maintenance?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, just take a look at it as a single guy. If he owned a Corvette and a Volkswagen Beetle, why has he got to have two separate insurance policies?
That's the thing that I'll agree. It's a scam. When the same driver has to have, I can only drive one car at a time.
But see how, if we can agree on that, how do we let them build off of that and all of this other shit?
What do you mean? How do we let them do?
Well,
okay. I hereby revoke your authority to make me have different insurance for each vehicle.
Well, no, they claim all of these things. The reason they got to raise these rates and everything. Well, open up the balance sheet and let us see.
But you're volunteering to accept 5-speed. Just don't accept.
Well, I'm not speaking to me.
You don't have to use it. It's a private company. You don't. I don't know. I don't understand the complaint. I get that it's expensive. I don't like it either. But it's
still regulated.
So is cigarettes, but you don't want to see in my pack of cigarettes.
But our government's the one that's supposed to be doing the regulation.
Let's. It's a distraction, right? All of these regulations and rules, they've overcomplicated life. That's part of man.
None of it makes sense.
Right. That's part of man's darkness. And I think somewhere we started getting onto the topic of simple, obvious. How about Glenn Lawrence?
Oh yeah, he's good.
Wonderful.
I mean, he's kind of gay, but he's good.
All right.
You're gay.
Welcome. Welcome, friends.
And let me shout out Chuck and Smoking Auditor. I'm restreaming, so I can't do flyovers, but I'll get you on my stream next. I appreciate the support.
Beautiful. The simplicity. I truly believe that there is a divine order to our experience, and there is actually a simplicity to the order. The simplicity is don't fight reality, accept what life brings to you moment by moment, and then adapt and overcome. And simplifying life to just live in the present with faith that your efforts in the present will result in the future you want, it makes life a lot easier. At least from my practice.
Yeah.
What's that?
Surrender.
I mean, that's the biggest problem I got with all of it. I mean, they all claim to be government officials and they claim to be for the people, but we have no transparency on any of the financials. It is what it is. We're raising the rates and yada yada yada, and you're going to continue to pay them.
But you know damn well by now. You know damn well by now that they ain't your government. You can't fucking play both sides, man. Yeah,
well,
all you got
get the victim slayers after you.
Right. Well,
yeah, but
when
does it come to each and every one of our doors?
If you identify them as your government, you're giving them authority, and then so all you got are complaints because you don't have a fucking legitimate claim because you're trying to play both sides, man.
You can't. I'm just talking about something of what I heard today on insurance.
The government has a purpose, man, and if the government ain't fucking with your life, then you know, and if they are, then you should be able to bring forth a claim and settle that shit.
Okay, well here. This is
violation on one's a violation on all.
Amen. And a threat.
I'll violate both of you.
To be violated.
Here, hold on. This government system, it does exist. And where I'm talking about surrender, I'm talking about surrender to the truth. There's too many people still denying the truth, saying the government doesn't exist, doesn't affect me, or that this isn't real. What is real, and there's enough people who believe in the power of government. Well, it has an effect on all of us. The wars,
it's not so much just the belief in it, it's more the financing of it. It's the financing of it,
the enabling, the empowering, and the financing.
That's all out of our hands. The Federal Reserve System
to get more work
is independent.
If
we quit paying taxes today, they would still just be able to print money out of the Fed.
And this is where the power of the pen in the legislators, they can change the rules. The Federal Reserve.
When you write a letter, give us the blank form so that we can submit letters to, and the old copy. You were in a union, you know how lobbying goes, right? You've got the template letter. We need one of those.
I don't know about changing it. I think we just need to follow it. They just, it's there, it's written.
Okay.
They just ain't following it.
Some accountability and responsibility. I agree. I think it's time that we stop relying upon authority to face the corruption of these things. And we can discern the truth. We know that there's problems in the government and economic structures. We've got to accept that there are problems, and we can also accept we're a part of this. America is all of us, North America, wherever we are, we're all this time. And it's time for the people to take control of the government and the corporations so that these empowered beasts are not paying the employees to corrupt everyone.
And the first step is complaining on YouTube.
Yeah, but what gives you the authority?
I have no authority, neither does anyone.
If you're participating, you're a willing participant. You're not,
a lot of these people are self-proclaimed, though.
How about this?
Problem.
Part of my real life past is I did, as a citizen of America, I raised my hand and I took oaths to the nation and to organizations. But the purpose of my oath, and I declared myself as a part of it. So in the past, I was a part of it. I'm not going to deny my past. And if I'm going to be a part and have been a part of the problem, well, I want to see what I can do to fix the problems. Even if the wars and the funding of the corruption of the American government, even if it's not my fault completely.
Well, you should talk to
enabled it.
Paul. Have you asked Paul to help show you how to save the world?
He's not interested. He's only interested in himself.
And Denver, apparently.
Denver? Is that where the property is? He said he was going to look.
He said, remember last night he saved Denver from genocide?
Yes.
He also
I think he did all that from New Mexico without even standing up once.
He's amazing.
But you're gonna save the world, so it's all right. We're fucking that shit will be.
I'm not gonna save the world. I'm just
What do you mean?
I'm just a messenger. Truth is gonna save the world. Love is gonna save the world. I'm just a messenger for love and truth. For the love of truth and for the truth of love. Those are the things I stand for.
You're he.
If you're respecting free will, man, we gotta let people make bad choices and be deceptive. And you know, we don't really have the authority to control them and make them choose what we perceive to be better. You know.
But I think if you're representing the people, you don't get that slack.
All you can do is present truthful and hope that people make better choices.
Look,
you don't have any
nobody
control
represents the fucking people. Like, we all know that, right? Everybody knows that, but they cling on to this talking point.
I'm a representation of the people every day that I take a breath
No,
of air.
you're not.
There you go.
No, you're not.
The hell
Yes,
I
we
am.
are. We all represent
In your
people.
mind, you are, but you
We all are people.
Nobody else is.
Yep.
And nobody
And we
else's reality.
represent-
You're a representation
Creating
of them.
life's record.
This is kind of how it works, though. We're reflections of consciousness, and in each of our minds, each person represents a number of different things, whether it's, the color of our skin, the gender, the background. We represent all sorts of different things to each other. So I think that's absolutely true.
What?
People represent people.
Okay, but that's not. God damn, that's like such a derivative of a derivative of anything that's in reality.
I know.
Like, how far out can you meta? Can we just meta this conversation all the way out till it's no longer relevant to anything?
Unity is the answer.
Jack,
No,
you
it's
said
not.
that we are reflections of conscience.
Yes.
And we know that the majority of them type of people are order followers. If you know what I'm saying? So are they reflections of a consciousness that we're reflecting, as in a ripple effect?
I believe so.
Okay.
There's some cosmic, karmic order to it that I trust in that I probably couldn't explain if I tried. But
So it'd be the same as how we are acting out here would be a representation or a reflection of one's own character, wouldn't it? Same difference.
I would agree.
Yes.
See, that's what I always try to do. I always try to balance that out and make sure that I am correct. And, before I even get out here speaking on anything.
Well, I don't think that you actually said anything by saying that we're representative of ourselves.
Well, right, we are. But
we are. I mean, it's not wrong. It's just that the sentence doesn't actually have any content.
So
it doesn't mean anything.
Right. So that's the
we
only
are
thing
ourselves.
I can
We're not.
control, though. That's the only thing I can control.
Did everybody get acid except for me?
And
might be.
No, I agree with you, Full State, on that one. I agree.
I wouldn't be going out and voting for another man or anything to be any guidance for me whatsoever. I got all the guidance I need within oneself.
Then why are you talking about our government?
And your insurance.
Well, I think you all got the central intelligence inside of us. We got our own central intelligence. We're all energy.
Hey, let me jump back to this and just hold on just a moment, please. This comment sincerely, I would love to have a conversation with Mark Passio. He's another one of those strong-willed, very intelligent, and kind of a dark energy.
You've got a type, don't you?
Well, it seems
He likes the
I
abuse,
do.
remember? We talked about this at the beginning. Jack likes the abuse.
I don't like the abuse. I like the idea of helping the angry find peace. Because
You're not
I
going to
know
help
that
Mark
we-
Passio, bro. He's the way he is.
You're not going to, Jack. I agree with Mitch.
you guys have
He
such
might
little
help Mark
faith.
Passio. You guys stop it.
Right. You guys have such little
Douchebags.
faith.
No.
I got you, Jack.
Thank you, Flo. I appreciate it.
Mark Passio needs your help. He is a very angry person. He's going to have a stroke any minute.
Let's talk to Congress first and work that shit out. And maybe we can talk to YouTube and get them to change their rules. And
Well, that's what he's been calling for, but nobody will help him, Mitch.
I know.
Well,
Thank you, Flo. Flo gets
I've
it.
been fucking doing my part. Why won't this motherfucker help me?
And Paul's been carrying the whole team.
What do you want help with, Mitch? Besides money.
That's what I want help with if anybody's looking to help that.
Yeah, I mean, fuck you. You're more than happy to help people with money to make fun of me when it's convenient and fun and in the name of helping others.
Who?
But then
Who?
So you're willing to pay money to fucking to fuck with me, but you're not willing to help me fucking get a cheeseburger so I can go fucking on to my next mission.
Who are
Fucked
you
up,
talking
man.
about?
I'm talking
Are you
about
talking
when
about
fucking paid Paul to fucking drop me down and shit. Back in the day. It's been a
That
long
was
time, but
that was a long time ago, dude.
yeah,
How much
but
would
you
make
never
you
play
feel
those
better?
games, right? You never come correct with it,
Hey,
yeah, does
Mitchell?
time heal?
Hey, Mitchell, if I was going to come correct, what's your price? How much
No
does
price.
it
Just
cost
acknowledge
to
the
make you?
truth. Just acknowledge the truth and don't fight it.
For $100, I'll get Mitch to come correct.
Well, hey, Mitch, okay, I don't deny. I accept what you said. I probably used some fiat currency to support Paul in his maybe disrespect.
While asking others for help,
Having
with
fun with
support
you.
for your mission, and
Okay,
and-
but
and I've been-
Mitchell, I'm not asking for money.
But I am.
but you're willing to accept it. Right, I get it.
I receive what's offered to me, particularly if there's
So
any
you are
value.
asking for it. You're just not
Mitchell,
demanding it.
well, Mitchell, okay, as I said, I'm a man who lives in this world, the world that charges money. I'm not seeking money, but it's a real life advantage to have some. So if people share it, I'm sure as hell not going to deny it. And I've even
Definitely-
made it. I've made
Definitely
even
having
made
it both ways.
Well, my purpose is to change it.
And I'm
Right,
not
let's
saying either
not
way is wrong.
lose
I'm
sight
just
of that.
saying. That it's contradictory.
It's only if you find it that way. I
No.
mean, you could say the same
It's
for yourself,
it's not
Mitch.
that-
Mitchell,
Yeah,
you could say
I
the same
can't
for
say
you.
the same for myself, but that doesn't
right.
get you to accept accountability for you. You're fighting the facts, the truth, the love.
Mitchell, Mitchell, I
You're
just
creating it. I
admitted
have
it.
no problems with you. I'm just mentioning the truth. I don't fucking care.
No. Okay, but Mitchell, you're trying to focus on what you
I
find
don't
is
have a
wrong.
claim against you. I'm not saying you're a wrongdoer. I'm just saying it's the facts of the matter. We got
And
no
the
reason to
facts-
fight.
All right, so include the updated facts that I
What's the
did.
latest fact?
That I did own it. That when you
Did you?
asked about it, yes,
own
I
it?
admitted that's what I
No,
did, Mitchell.
you're robbing me of my energy because you want to fucking excuse it and justify it.
Mitchell, you feel
I have
I'm
no
robbing
problems.
you.
What are you arguing about? All I did is mention it.
What are you being robbed of?
My energy.
Your
Is he on Rob
What
Bite?
are you
Is
complaining
he drinking that
about?
Rob Bite
what's
drink
your,
again?
what's your complaint against me right now? All I did is mention it, and now you're in resistance because you're, I guess, feeling some sort
Mitchell.
of guilt or whatever.
Mitchell.
I don't know, but
Mitchell,
I never said I have a problem. I never said you owe me something because of this.
Mhm.
You know,
I
you
know.
asked what the price
Mitchell,
was. You're going
I'd
off on
love
all
to
these
answer.
imaginations, and all I'm
Hello.
doing is saying, Jack,
Hello.
Jack,
Hello.
Jack, I'm gonna fucking say your name every 3 words so you can't fucking keep your train of thought, all right?
What are you doing, dude?
Mitchell, 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 Mitchell. I heard you say my name. I'm trying to finish my sentence, buddy.
Right. You're on a rant.
You just don't
So,
want to hear it on a rant.
Mitchell,
I'm happy to shut up. I
hello.
don't speak very much.
You asked a
I know my name. You
question.
don't need to talk to me like a dog. Okay.
You're behaving like
Jack,
a child.
I hear you speaking. I'm
You're
asking you
behaving,
if you want to resolve this. I have no.
You're behaving like a child. So
I
I
have no
muted
problem
you.
with you.
Okay.
I
Well,
have no problem
Mitchell.
with you.
Okay. Well, I want to point out you asked a question and then you went on this big fucking juvenile diatribe about.
No.
Yes. See, your denial, Mitchell. I know you didn't have a problem, but what you were doing, literally, you came with a disagreement. You said you didn't like something from the past. I owned it. I admitted, yep, you're right. That's what I did. I wasn't hiding it. I can't undo it. But Mitchell, you even admitted I'm robbing you of your energy. I'm robbing you of your content. Your
Give it back to him.
Huh?
Give it back to him. Don't rob Mitch's energy.
I'm trying to offer resolve, not rob.
There's no problem, Jack. I never said you owed me anything. I never said it was a problem. I never said I disliked it.
I know.
Okay,
Okay,
I just
then
mentioned
there's
the
no
fact.
reason to
And then you
defend.
instantly went into resistance.
What are
That's
you
all.
doing? What are you doing now?
I just mentioned the facts, the truth. You like
Okay,
truth. You
great,
like love. I'm here to
great.
love you over the truth. It's
Since you're
okay. I love you.
repeating now, can you let go? Let it go.
I'm not holding on to anything.
Now there's more denial.
It's all about
I'm not
love.
holding
Come on,
on to
Mitchell.
anything. I'm sitting here responding to you being in heavy resistance to the truth. That's
So
all.
you say.
I got no problems. You don't owe me anything. I don't know why you took it there.
Maybe you're the
I
one
never
who's
said I disliked
offering.
it, Jack. I never
What
said
are
I
you
disliked it.
doing, dude? Can you shut the fuck up, Mitchell?
I loved it. I loved it. It shows me who you are. I love it.
You're
love
such a child, dude.
Okay, that doesn't change anything. I'm a
Well, see,
child because
this-
you paid money to fucking drop me down. Big deal.
No, you're a child because of your insolent behavior in the present.
How much to
Mitchell.
bring Mitch back up?
Oh my God. Really?
Yeah, I'll bring him back
Why?
up.
All right. He's welcome to be here,
No,
but
no.
golly geez, can we get off of this?
That's
Yeah,
what
I
she
think we
said.
should get off.
I'm happy to move on.
Maybe he's on that rabbi drink,
I think you
whatever
should
he's
change
No,
the
doing.
I'm
subject.
fucking good. I got no problems. I'm happy as can be. I'm just stating the truth, man. That's all. I don't know why you're
So
in
you
resistance.
say, can you shut the fuck up? God.
I don't know why you're in resistance. Love.
Both of them is insisting on the last word. It's fantastic.
No, that ain't wrong, man.
I asked, can we move on?
Look,
And he
peace is
won't
available to
shut
you little
up.
Yeah,
faggots.
just
You know that,
love.
right?
Stop yelling and screaming. Just love. Move on. You
Love,
need somebody's
love.
permission to move on.
Is
Just
there
move
a
on.
reason you're unable to cooperate with me, Mitchell?
I'm cooperating. I'm asking you to move on because that's what you asked if we could do.
Let's
you got
move
the
on.
control, buddy. Move on.
How do I
Yeah.
move on when you don't shut
What
up,
do you want to talk
Mitchell?
about? What would you like to talk about,
Anything.
Jack?
We should discuss
I wanna talk
autism,
about-
I think.
What's that?
I think we should discuss autism and why it's getting worse today on this panel.
What it is.
Or
this
maybe,
is
maybe we can say hi to London. I don't think we even have said hi to
Oh.
London yet.
no. Hey, you know what? And there's Glenn here and
Yeah.
Demolished.
Some
you know,
other people.
please. Yes, there's others. How is everyone?
You're he.
Oh, I'm doing well. I was just listening in on all the fun Bible talk for a minute, and then it just went way left.
Yeah.
I don't know where we went from there.
Yeah, I agree. We're on
Abundant
heaven and hell.
faith.
We went to Mitchell.
It's abundant faith, right, Jack? Or no?
It's an agents of chaos. It's the devil that's within us. It's the juvenile beast that wants to, just wreak havoc and do whatever it wants. It doesn't matter what the world says. It's amazing how perfectly we are designed. And there's patterns to everything that we do, everything we show, everything we experience. I guess I'm being super aggressive again.
Where's O'Shea been? He been locked in jail again or something?
Hey, someone recent is bringing an echo. I think it was you, brother. London.
Fucking
got you
British
muted.
internet.
No. Here, actually, you know what? What I wanted, the topic and what I feel within myself, I do feel an abundance of faith. My abundance of faith is the trust that there is an order to everything, that all of us, we are all in the right place here at this time. So, Mitchell, welcome back. I don't mean the disagreements, and I think we can continue.
No worries. I don't have any problems with you. I'm just saying,
I know.
I hope you
Okay,
recognize,
we'll
obviously, you're in
continue.
resistance. I just hope you recognize for your own peace that you're in resistance to the truth. And
So
what would
you
be
say.
more peaceful for you is if people would forget wrongdoings and just move forward.
Not true.
I'm happy with
That's
that.
your
I'm good
narrative.
with it.
Can we just do a random coin toss or something to see who gets the final word?
He can win.
Oh,
It's no
that's passive
competition.
aggressive.
I'm not battling.
I know.
There's no win or
I know.
lose here.
I know. It's only me who's resistant to truth, not Mitchell. He's completely open
What
and
truth
receptive.
I'm happy to articulate what truth you're in resistance
Everybody
to,
loses when you act like little bitches.
but if you want to try and do the same for me, I'm willing to listen. What truth am I ignoring, Jack, or fighting?
Your
Would you
behavior.
like to explain?
I don't see you accepting responsibility for your behavior or the accuracy
What's wrong
of
with
your
my
words.
behavior?
Nothing. You're perfect. Now, I'd like to move on so that we can have
until you
maybe
can
more,
articulate how I'm not
so
perfect,
that we can maybe have more informative and more enlightening conversations. The record has been set, Mitchell. You corrected the record. You have been flawless. I'll accept it. Welcome, Scott. London.
Mic check.
What's happening?
Much better, I think. Welcome, Scott. Things going
Mitchell
good.
and
for you?
Jack are fighting, and both of them are insanely stubborn and insist on having last word.
No,
but it ended when Jack kicked Mitch out and claimed that he was giving Mitch the last word while taking the last word himself. It was a nice little move there, but Mitch was on
right.
enemy turf. I know I'm
All
right. I'm
right.
always right.
Well, not always right, but I'll give you this one.
Interesting. Well, happy Saturday to you all.
Blessings. Thank you.
Hey, in the midst of all that, Jack, my mind ran on someone. I haven't seen them in a little while. Maybe you can bring me up to speed with this person. What happened to Moose?
I honestly
He got loose.
I honestly don't know. I haven't spoken to him in a while or seen much of him.
He's not in your basement, is he?
No. No.
Would you tell us if he was?
Of course.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he's over Tommy's, I think, with Ben.
Very interesting call, Tariq.
Interesting, very.
You know, there's been a lot of interesting characters that we've met through these the online communications.
By interesting, you mean insane. These are all
Well,
crazy people.
Yes,
Everybody on
I
this panel,
agree. Insane.
everybody on this panel
Yes.
is a crazy person.
I resemble
Yes.
that remark.
How about this? I think those who believe we cannot change the world are insane.
Okay.
Shit,
Change
we're
is
a lot of
like the only
people.
thing that's guaranteed, so we don't have to do
What's
anything
that?
to change it.
You're right.
It's changing.
But why change the world, Jack? Why change the world? I don't get it.
Here,
It's easier
well,
than changing yourself.
for both of you.
Yeah, change yourself.
For both of
Yeah,
you,
good.
that it is changing, and that's what I was suggesting. I believe that God's plan is for humanity to unite, to overcome the divisions of the states and the religions, and for us to start walking with love. And
The
what
reason that all
prevents
those
it,
things are a problem in the first place is because we came together in the first place.
that was the past. Things have changed since then. And I
That was the
believe
past, bro.
I don't
Well-
really think that we can come together. I think that people need to live their life as one and hopefully find people that are in alignment with you.
there's only the
Totally
belief
agree.
that there's only the belief that we're separated.
No,
The
it's
reality-
actually a literal truth.
The literal truth is we are all one. We are
No,
all
it's
one.
not.
Yes, on the
experience.
macro level. On the macro.
On some,
Yes.
it's another one of those derivative claims, right? It's a derivative of reality.
Yes.
So we are all this one time of history. No,
Right. That's a derivative from
Right.
what you said.
well, that is a part of the world. We are a part of the world. We are a part
Right.
of the world's history.
We share some
right
features.
now.
We're
What's
all
that?
different drops, but we're somehow still all the rain.
Yes, the divine will is within us all, and it is moving us through time until we reach our destination, which will be the last breath while we're here. But there's a divine will.
Who do you
and a
think will
divi-
die first on the panel?
Fuck.
What's that?
Don't put me up on that fucking discussion.
Who do you think will die first on the panel?
Hopefully, there will be many ego deaths.
No.
Shit, that was unfair,
I
Jack.
like that. Hey, but Jack, I mean, would you say we are all one, but we are not the same?
Amen. We're all
I agree with that.
Okay,
individuated
Bono.
aspects. And at first, that used to bother me that we were all different. You can never really know someone. You can never really understand someone. Yet within the uniqueness and the diversity, just as in nature, there is a similarity. There's a commonality between all of us. And that commonality
Yes.
is love, it's wisdom.
It's wisdom?
Yep.
No, it's
I'd say
not.
it's the breath. I'd say it's the breath of life.
That is not a commonality.
Whether the wisdom is used and shown or not, that's on the individual holder. But there is, through life, there's wisdom gained through every experience.
Sometimes.
Okay. Okay. Jack, does nature
There are-
worry about the world, or does nature solve its own problems by being nature?
It sees there's no separation and it solves the problems. It's united.
Yeah, it's self-healing.
Nature is not
It's
united. Oh my God.
self-healing.
Hey, and that's us. The world had fallen, it had corrupted, it had been divided, and we are here to bring the healing. That's what we are. The
See,
truth.
folks, say that. I told you so.
Okay.
I think we are. We're here to heal. We're here to bring the healing, to heal the fractures within ourselves. And through healing the fractures within ourselves, we grow in connection beyond ourselves. And
Jack, my fractures have become fissures.
What?
you've been in denial a long time, Scott.
I'm not denying anything. I'm saying I'm more broken, for fuck's sake. What are you saying I'm denying?
That's how we become broken. We
I deny.
fracture and deny ourselves away from God's will, God's perfection. And it's part of the ways of the world. The world wants us to focus on and grow in the problems and in the flaws, because problems create profits. Divisions create profits. Deaths and trauma, they all create profits for people.
Not to be disagreeable, and I'm not trying to be. I know that's just my general nature. So what the fuck? Who am I saying? What am I kidding? I'm talking about literal pain. How are you supposed to get by that and say you're focusing on this? Is just it's a consequence of working hard and doing shit every day and trying to move through it. So where do you get when you wear yourself down to the nubs?
Well, let me ask, have you actually put forth the effort to grow in your health, or have you just said, oh, I'm just broken, and so pain is what I have to deal with?
Flag on the play. Talcott. Unnecessary rudeness. 5-yard penalty. Scott's
By
ball.
asking a question?
Yes, he knocked you off. You have to now turn over the ball. It's a fumble, Jack. You fumbled.
I was just asking,
Yeah.
have you worked towards health and healing?
Yes, of course.
Jack,
but
he's
not
400 and some
much-
pounds. He's not working through his health.
Right.
Nowhere
that's
near
what-
400 pounds, wise guy.
Well,
Nowhere
Scott,
near.
320. Okay, we'll go 320.
Probably
What's
somewhere
that?
Okay,
near.
350.
340.
okay.
All right, we'll go
it's
320. How's
not-
that?
It's
I'd like to get there. I'd like to get under 300. I need to get down under 250 before they'll do the surgery on my back. I need.
Well, maybe if you, take Jack as a life coach, maybe he'll help you through it, and you can get down to 280.
Dude, I'm my best life
like
coach
it.
when I show up. It's just hard to show up sometimes.
Right. You've been in denial. You've pushed yourself away from the answers, Scott.
I've never
You're
been to
stuck in the
denial. I've never
closet.
been near the Tigris or Euphrates either.
You're a
Your
loser,
homosexual
Scott.
tendencies are
Just
being
joking.
bottled
I'm
up.
just joking.
Yes, we all
No,
have
I'm
the
joking, Jack.
opportunity.
I'm joking.
I know. We all have the opportunity, though, to grow and to heal, even though we may feel old and broken. Scott, honestly, I bet if you understood and tried out some of the things that I've learned, you might experience different results. I don't know. What worked for me was pretty simple and amazing. And
Okay, but I can't massage myself. I've got 2 torn rotator cuffs.
I know. I know. You got all sorts of challenges. So those challenges can beat you. I mean, challenges.
I'm not feeding the reality. I'm trying to defeat it, but there's no real coming back from some of what I've been through.
Not true. Not
And
true.
Your mind creates your reality. If you have faith that God can heal you, you might be surprised. But if you're
That's what I
sure,
was trying to
Scott,
explain to
you're
Tarek
sure.
the other day. When his bitch ass was trying to cast spells all over everybody.
Oh my God!
Is he a
You and your
speller? Is
fucking
he a
video. I've
speller?
seen that. I was not doing any sorcery. You're so wrong.
You're a poor speller.
Yeah. But yeah, again, Scott, I have 3 back fusions, a left rotator cuff, knees, another surgery, and my knee, and I still frame at least 4 or 5 days a week. And framing ain't easy.
Yeah. So you're saying once I get the surgery, I might be feeling better, but they don't want to do the
No.
surgery until I lose another 90 pounds.
I wouldn't do the surgery. I don't recommend it.
I don't want
it
to.
took me
But I'm
7
going
years
back
to
in
heal.
for. You know what they do. If you're at that point where you've gone through this, if it's the lower lumbar where I am, it's all fucking up and coming apart. Then you know what they do. They just keep sticking needles in you, and that's where I'm
Yeah,
at.
you're right. I agree with you. Yeah.
It's like you're fucking. You might as well go for acupuncture. I don't get them in my upper back because they don't want to touch the thoracic area where it's all fucked up too. But that's where I feel like now my back of my neck.
You could try heroin.
cervical. Well, I've never done anything hard like that, and I try and stay
I was
away
just
from
trying
that.
to disrupt you from going down the path of complaining about your health problems. Like, no, not to be rude, but nobody wants to hear it.
I love the reality that I face that I try and overcome. It's just that I've been doing
And
too
he's
much
going
like
to
that.
power on through.
I am. Hey, Flow State, let me ask you a question though.
No.
Are you AI?
Why would you ask
An
me?
artificial idiot?
He's not
No.
AI, dudes. Come
I'm
on.
absolutely a real idiot.
You're a real idiot? Okay, I'll
Absolutely.
take that for an answer. Thank you.
Ask Sarah down there. She's you can't ask Mitch because he got kicked, but or there's you tell me too. They all know I'm an idiot for real.
You're my fucking idiot though. Flo,
No,
you know,
I'm not. No Diddy.
Yes,
That was a little
Diddy.
gay. Yeah, I agree with Flo. That was gay.
That was gay? Coming from
Yeah, you're
Tarek,
like,
everything
you're my
is
idiot. It
gay.
sounded a little bit gay, Scott. If you're gay, just come out of the closet, dude.
Come on, Scott. You're safe here.
Okay. Tarek, let's go around the corner and see how you end up losing your teeth if you fucking pull something gay on me.
He's not taking it very
Scott.
poorly. I think he's protesting too hard. He's really in the closet. That denial
Yes,
is
I'm
sick.
definitely trying to break
Like
out
your
right
fantasies.
now. Flo, why don't you come with us?
Scott, I'm all about
I ain't
love.
gay. I
You
told
have to
you that already,
understand.
Scott.
I'm all about love. I don't fight people, man.
You
That's
just
what
bend
Scott
over?
wants,
Is that
is
what
some
you're
love.
saying? He's all about bending over?
No, I said love, love.
Love.
I think you guys are saying the same thing, just different in different words.
No, I'm referring
think
to
so.
what Jack was saying, that love to love other people and be better. That's all. I ain't gonna fight
Yeah,
nobody.
Scott just wants to love you in your butthole.
No,
In your
that's not
pussy.
gonna happen.
In your
Sorry.
pussy.
Where's Chuck when you need him? Chuck!
He's probably banned.
Chuck's banned from Jack's, isn't he, Jack?
No, he's in chat. He was in chat.
Probably, yeah, he's probably on my side, I think.
I don't think Chuck is banned here anymore. Mostly it's just all the fake profiles, nasty ones. I think a couple of few snafus.
I think Chuck can be genuine once in a while, Jack. I think that, for real, he's hard on me. He's kind of an asshole. He's just a, what do you call it? Redneck? But
Egotistical?
What's that?
Never mind. Sorry.
Just like Flow
Jack
State,
was about to imagine some disagreements.
Yes, he was.
I offered another word, egotistical. He doesn't
But
realize
I really
it.
think
but he
that
is.
Chuck likes you, Jack. Just as a friend, he thinks you're a nice guy. He doesn't believe in everything you say, but I don't think the guy means you harm.
Without the ego, we would just be animals reacting to our instincts and our
You're
drives.
just an animal, anyways. You fucking chimpanzee with earrings and a makeup.
Sexy animal, you fat dying man.
Is this like a roasting? Is this like roasting today?
No, I just started talking shit because ever since Goblin came in here, the autism just took over the whole fucking stream.
I agree.
So it's Goblin's fault. Let's hear from Goblin.
What's up, man?
Unmute. Where are you? What part of the universe? Mars, Pluto, Uranus?
No, I'm in Illinois, bro. Not on Illinois. I'm in Illinois.
What's the deal with people saying on Illinois?
It's
Or
some
shit?
sovereign bullshit.
Is it the same reason that they say like fiat currency instead of just money?
It's all sovereign.
Well, hey, you know what a transparency overlay is on a projector in school? Basically, they're saying the territory is the land. Okay, so if you're on Illinois, you're in Illinois territory. But if you're in Illinois, then you're above it on a transparency, which would be the postal district, meaning you're in the district of
What
Illinois.
the fuck are you talking about, Scott? I don't know why I asked that question.
No, he's right.
He's right, though. He's right, though.
He is right.
Who cares? He's offering forth irrelevant information.
No,
that
this
really,
is their
I'm
control
saying-
mechanism.
Scott,
It's
can
not
you shut up?
irrelevant.
Hey, Scott,
their
can you
control
shut up,
mechanism for
please?
you is fat French fries, motherfucker.
Jack, can I share this with you?
Holy cow. Sure, I didn't have anything to say. Go ahead, Goblin.
Go ahead, brother. My apologies.
That's how Goblin does.
Go ahead, Goblin.
I was just sharing with you that I had stepped away for a hot second having a conversation with a relative, and I was explaining about how we're already in the future and this, that, and the third is already present. And I told her that I'm ready for them to roll out RoboCop, because then any type of corruption, it's going to be shown. You see what I'm saying? Like it will be undeniable, because like what you guys were talking about earlier regarding entities that control the masses or whatever, and it's provoking is the problem. It's like there's a lot of news that's coming out that's obviously provoking, so they're presenting the problem for reaction solution.
Which problem? They've got so many.
I was just speaking on a general broad net.
This administration is upside down, sideways, and twisted about 16 years ahead of itself.
Scott? What's your point, Scott?
We need you to get in there quick, Jack. We're waiting on you. What the fuck's holding you up?
I know, Scott. Well, you're like many others.
Fix it for me, Jack. Would you please
Right,
fix it, man?
right.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm falling apart. I'm sorry.
Hey, Scott, why don't you shut up? Maybe get out of the way out of people who do believe that we can do something about it.
Yes, Scott, you douche.
I mean, I know I get mocked. What is this doing, Jack? Just talking online. Yep, you're right. But what am I talking about? I'm trying to talk about the truth of God, the truth of God's love, the fact that peace and reform are available individually. What's that?
Nice virtue signal.
What is it's the truth is virtuous. I'm speaking the truth about what I'm doing. And I'm sitting here, and Scott, I've been trying to interrupt, and Scott wants to go to the next panel member, anyone but Jack.
He's super aggravating, isn't he?
Well, he is, because he wanted to complain about his problems. I offered, and I've offered in the past that, hey, there's solutions for you, but he wants to focus on the problems and the entertainment and then the distraction.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Say what?
I said he's a fucking piece of shit, that Scott.
No, he's confused.
I agree with you, Jack. He is a piece of shit.
He's confused.
I'm going away. I'm taking my ball and going home.
Hey, I'm just going with the flow, Scott. Don't be mad at me. Jack's the one who thinks it.
The reason I'm bringing it up is because maybe with some self-correction, if
you're
Scott
guilty by association, Flow State, you're here. You're supportive of this.
See, he doesn't want to listen to what I say. He thinks he knows everything I'm going to say, and that's what I've been doing for a while. Well, see, Flo, you've said that too, and you guys are missing out. You really are on what I've been saying. I mean, the thing is, if I know I was understood properly, and maybe I've done a poor job of explaining, but I know if I was understood properly, we'd be having different conversations than we've been having.
No, you don't. That's the problem right there.
My faith in the truth.
People can understand you clearly and also disagree with you at the same time.
Well, not necessarily.
Absolutely, they can.
Yeah, why not? I don't get it.
All right,
right now.
Right, you're right here. But the thing is disagreements are being found where agreements are easily available.
Yeah, if you don't give a fuck, you can just cupcake.
Right. I give a fuck.
The issue with your statement is that it assumes you can't be wrong.
Tell you what, Flo, that's not, maybe that's your perception of it, but all I'm suggesting is it would be refreshing to be properly understood before I'm battling disagreements.
Do you think I don't understand you?
Yeah, but nobody's ever actually agreed with you, Jack. So how do you have a proven case?
The ninja
How do
moves.
you know no one? See, your exaggerations are keeping you stupid. It's nice
What
to
do
see
you think
you.
is misunderstood?
I
Moose
see
is
you
stupid.
haven't changed. I see you're still ignorant and in denial.
And gay.
Moose is like a rat. That's what he is, like a rat.
You're
Yep.
not
Funny
wrong.
looking.
He is. He finds life to be entertaining. He doesn't
is.
have a purpose.
Jack.
Well, it's really entertaining when we're focused on purpose and working towards fulfillment. I mean, that was the thumbnail. The power of sincere and selfless contribution. That's where we experience life's truest joy.
Do you have
Willing
like
to
a
be
tear
true.
calendar or something that you get these off of?
No, I do have some support for the thumbnail.
Holy cow.
Daily motivation calendar.
Well,
Jack, do you feel that robots can be used to end wars and legal secrets?
no.
Okay.
Men have
But-
to make those decisions because robots serve the programmer.
Yep, that's true. So, Jack, but my question to you again is, like, you say, like, before we make any, judgment or to hear you out. I heard you out. I asked you a question about the hell and heaven, right? And I haven't got a straight answer from you or anybody on this.
So what is the
What?
relevance? What is your point?
No, just not
I mean,
talk
are
about
you
the
holding
relevance.
on-
You asked if you want to answer the truth in the question. I asked you the question, and I still haven't got a straight answer.
Okay, and only you can accept what I've answered. I've tried answering you multiple different ways. I answered you again
Okay.
today with I don't know, and yet you still want to accuse me of not giving a straight answer, and that's not honest, Tarek.
Okay, I'll take it back. Say I go to church, because I've been to church at least for 2 years. All right, I used to go to church. All right, and I asked the priest the same question I asked you, which you go to church. Okay, they would give me They would give me a different answer than usual right away. They would say there is heaven and hell, and God will judge the evil people.
Okay.
I don't understand why you're not on the same page if you're a Christian. That's all I'm trying to understand.
That's fair.
Because what does it matter? I don't focus
It
on
matters to
hell.
me because if you're not
Tarek,
truthful, then I
know,
can't
Tarek.
respect you.
Tarek, right. You created this, I've got to know, and if you don't answer, then I can't respect you. Well, Tarek, I've answered you when I...
But Jack, you're all about the truth and love, right? You're all about the truth and love in God and everything.
Yes.
So why can't we answer the question? I don't get it. It's a simple
Tarek.
question.
Tarek, ask God. If
I'm not
it's so
asking God.
simple,
I'm asking you.
then why are you asking me and not God?
I already know what I believe in my relationship
then
with
why
God.
are you asking me? What? See, you're putting me under some. What is this, a test?
No,
That's
forget
what
that.
you're
Forget
doing,
this.
Tarek.
No, I'm not. I apologize.
Tarek,
Let me retract. I apologize, Jack.
Tarek,
Let me go back. I apologize.
What you are doing, maybe without even realizing it, is you're testing others. Okay, it's not your job to test others. And Tarek, you've been very generous with your judgment too. It's just an opinion, but you got a lot of opinions, man. You're looking for the answer. If you have
I'm not looking for the answer, Jack.
Opinions.
No. Okay, let's forget that question for a second, right? You said you want to change the world, right? Doesn't it say in the Bible that Jesus is the only one that's going to save the world when he comes?
And
that's in the Bible and in the Quran.
Yes, and Tarek, and what have I repeatedly said Jesus represents?
Love.
Yes.
Okay.
So when the love returns,
right?
Yes.
In the Bible, it also says that this is in the Bible, not me saying it. In the Bible, it says that truthfulness is might. So where's the might?
It's in the truth.
Okay, but where's the might? It's the love has nothing to do with might right there. When the truth has to be said, it doesn't have to be kind. It doesn't have to be nice. It has to be might.
Right. So what? God is the truth. Christ is the love. To know the truth, to know the Father, it's through love. When love returns to this world, God's truth will reign supreme, and people will stop being obedient slaves to authority. That's the future I see, and I'm pretty confident that's what the Bible is pointing towards.
I agree there. All I'm saying is, when you say you want to change the world, I say, I don't blame you for not being a good person and trying your best to change people and being a good person and all that. I agree with you on that. I'm just saying we can't change the world. It's only going to happen by divine intervention.
All right. Okay. Let's assume the divine intervention is provided through the opportunity of time. Time and experience allows the divine intervention. And what if we are the instruments, which is what I've been saying, Tarek? What if we are the instruments for God's plan? And I believe God's plan is love, righteousness, justice. God will determine the consequences and the punishments.
Yes.
We're here to offer forth forgiveness, mercy, compassion, correction. We're here to lead the world, lead each other, lead ourselves and each other away from lies and greed, selfishness.
I totally agree on that.
Right. So why are we disagreeing? Hell isn't going to be a part if we're
It's
focused
because,
on.
like, I feel like a lot of times, Dick, this has nothing against you. I feel a lot of times that you dance around certain subjects for whatever reason. I don't know why. And that just could be me. I'm just saying what I'm telling you I'm seeing.
What if it is you? And what if I'm not?
And maybe it's me. I put it as a possibility. I'm not perfect. I'm not a narcissistic. So if I made a mistake, I would take it back. But I'm saying, based on what I've seen so far from many subjects, sometimes you dance around certain subjects that need might.
Okay, I'm sorry I'm not perfect yet. I'm working towards improving every day. And every day, you know, I spend time. I don't have a job and a family and a social life. I mean, I'm continuing to work towards my goals, but I spend time every day. God is on my mind. What new, and every day I go live, I have new inspirations, new observations, new realizations that God has allowed me to discover about myself and the world we're sharing. So I don't have an answer, I guess, that might meet what you're looking for, Tarek.
That's okay. You know, we have our perspective. There's nothing wrong with it.
I believe the hell, though. Hell, whatever happens beyond this world, I don't know. I mean, there's people on YouTube sharing near-death experiences, both the heavenly type and the hellish type. Both are returning with wisdom of the infinite and the purpose of love. I believe the lesson I learned for myself is the power of surrender. Surrendering to that which is real. And I trust that which is real to be true. So I surrender to that which is true. And then the idea of reminding myself, God and the love of Christ are eternal. They're here in the present. I'm temporary. So I humble myself to being in God's presence in the present, knowing that God's will is with me, knowing that the love of Christ is there for me to invite in, to become one with me, so that I don't stray away from being an active participant. a co-creator in this time of history with
Flo,
God,
hey,
with all of you. What's that, Scott?
I was going to ask Flo, hey, if he could weigh in on that. I mean, weigh in on that flow state.
He may have zoned me out.
He
I
may
got a
have
quick
walked
question for
out.
you. I got a question for you, Jack Talcott, if you would, please. Do you
Please.
consider yourself a Jesus mythicist?
I've learned from, and I do resonate with the idea of Christian mysticism. So I think yes.
So that's part of the foundation for the idea that we all could become more Christ-like, and if everyone did that, then of course the world would be in harmony, all being Christ-like. Yes,
Correct.
I didn't think it was
And
all
that-
that complicated.
Yeah, and it's that the Christic presence is, it's always here. And what is Christic? What did Jesus represent? Represented the perfection. And so if we can recognize there's a perfection in nature, there's a perfection in now, and we can see the divine spirit within each other, I realized it's easier to see the holiness of others when you can see the holiness of yourself. It's easier to see the holiness of yourself when you can see the holiness of others. But the world has a lot of corrupted examples to choose from.
Might I suggest something?
Please.
What if the side of things that leads people to believe in, an all-seeing, all-powerful God keeps them, in a fear state, if you would. In other words, where they won't want to do wrong or commit crimes because, the great watcher in the sky is always looking out at them. He knows if you've been naughty, knows if you've been nice, sort of ceremonial thought process. But or cerebral, if you will, even. But the point being that it's better in a sense that people do have that sense of faith or fear, one of both, if not all together, for us all in such a way that all being like Christ-like is good for us. Just at least believing is important, is my opinion.
Well, there's yes and no. Believing is a step towards achieving, but we live in a world of pretend. And there's a lot of people that have convinced themselves and each other to believe in all sorts of nonsense. And as a result, the nonsense has corrupted our way of life. This is not natural how we're living with the chemicals in the air and the water and the food. It's not natural to have plastics and all of this crap. I mean, we're getting to the point where apparently, according to studies, there's chemicals and plastics within every single one of us just because we're alive right now. There's no avoiding the world. And that's what I mean. If we can't avoid the world, if we can't break away from it, let's unite and recreate it. Because a world of peace, it's here. If you can, it's here with me.
Where? Oh, fuck. Okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting that. Never mind.
It's here in the present. Where are you?
I guess I'm not with you in that world of peace.
You could be if you
I know a
wanted
world
to
of chaos.
I encourage you to turn to God, turn to the truth, and ask why. Why have I denied myself peace? Here's something I thought of too, the idea of rest in God. If I want to rest in God, I got to rest in me, because me, the body of who I am, me has to be able to relax. So I've got to consciously rest in me and allow me to rest in God. And
If I could be
trust
rude for a
that.
moment, Jack. I'm sorry to be rude. Scott, could you please stop thumping on whatever you've been thumping on and off for the last 10 minutes?
Whatever that is.
Please, thank you. I appreciate that.
But Jack, what's the gentleman's name? Right, that was just speaking. I don't know. I can't see his name on here. What should I call you?
Tarek,
yeah, I know you're a devoted Christian, right?
Tarek, if you don't mind me answering for myself, my name is Richard Madsen. This is the name of my YouTube channel. I am a very, very serious theist and follower of the hero whom you call Christ.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate it. I got a question for you, Richard. Do Christians believe that if you don't believe in Christ as your savior, that you will go to hell? It doesn't matter if you're who you are. If you don't believe in Jesus, even if you're a great person, you will go straight to hell. Yes or no?
Oh, I have to answer with only yes or no?
No, it's not about that. Let me tell you why. I'm going to explain to you why. I've been around scholars of Christianity in meetings. I asked them a lot of questions and they answered them. So you can answer yes or no, you can give me an explanation, but I know what they gave me their answer. I want to see what your answer is.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm very, very fringe in my Christianity. You'll figure that out over time. And do Christians say the things that you just said? Yes. In fact, you can find some group of Christians that say just about anything.
Correct. Good answer.
Okay. So is that what you believe, though, or is just that maybe many sectors of the Christianity believe differently?
Let me paraphrase the question, and please correct me if I get it wrong, to be sure that I understand what you asked originally. Does one have to know the Christ in order to ascend to heaven? Is that basically the question?
Yes, and I'll put it a little bit better, because I know when I spoke to some scholars, they said even when you die, as long as when Jesus comes to you and accept him, you will go to heaven. But if you don't, you go to hell. That's what I've been told. What I know.
Well,
how do they know that?
Well, actually, Jack, if they're going to subscribe to the Bible, especially valuing the New Testament, they have to say that, because if you look into the etymology of the word judge, where it reads, "It is for man to live once, then cometh the judgment." That word judge right there means to discern between things. If it were only sentencing, like a lot of Christians want to espouse, that what you believe right now is all that matters, you must make your decision and correct decision before you physically expire, then it wouldn't be a judgment, it would be a sentencing. Thereby, what Christian sects say that are wrong.
I like that.
Thank you. That was a good answer. Thank you.
Hey, to come back to also, Tarek, if you can accept that God speaks through signs and symbols, and that Jesus through the story and actions was a symbol of love, those who do not know love, they'll find themselves in hell.
I agree. Love, Jack, when you say love does not mean just you loving your neighbor or showing compassion. Love means a lot of things, even in the Bible, in the scripture, in Islamic, you name it. So yes, love is a huge part of it, But you also got mercy. You also got forgiveness. You got sacrifices. There's a lot of stuff you have to do.
Absolutely. A lot of stuff we get to do. And these are the practice. Love is patient, kind, no envy, doesn't boast, it's not proud, doesn't dishonor, it's not self-seeking. I mean, love is the power that moves us all.
The heart doesn't have a limit on how much love it can share. Only we can limit that.
That's
and
it.
I'd like to point out
Welcome,
to people that biblically all the descriptions of love are ways of thinking and acting. It's not about how you feel, it's about doing what's appropriate.
I love that.
That's right.
It's the
Okay,
fruits.
yes. We got the most love of the panel right now. Here we go. Ben Thorpe.
Tell
Hey.
us what love is, Ben Thorpe.
I just had some people tell me that if a man finds a 19-year-old woman sexually attractive, that there's something wrong with him.
They meant a 50-year-old
There
man,
might be.
Ben.
Well, does it matter? Why would it matter?
Well, the lustful ideas and thoughts, they can corrupt a man.
Sure.
So at its face, it's not necessarily right or wrong, but
Well, you'd have to be crazy not to notice that a 19-year-old young woman, if she's attractive, is more sexually attractive than an 85-year-old woman. I mean, you'd have to
Those
be
are
crazy.
the things you
to notice
just
that.
don't speak about in public, Ben.
well,
Okay,
how
yeah,
about,
you might
how
say
about,
people don't like hearing that, but it's obviously true.
well,
it doesn't change.
Yeah,
Ben,
we're not
things
idiots.
things are not always as they seem, and beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and you can observe an attractive being without the lust. You can recognize the beauty in God's creation, maybe even credit the individual for caring for the gift
Absolutely.
they were given.
I could recognize that a 20-year-old young man is sexually attractive. I'm not gay. It doesn't make me gay.
Well, it doesn't have to be sexually attractive. It can just be an identification of beauty. Beauty is divine.
Sexually attractive, like is intent. Like a young woman is attractive because she's fertile.
Okay.
Don't we
All
understand
right.
that?
Ben, sure. Then you've got all the answers, and you're promoting the beast. You're promoting the beast. You're free to see
Jack,
it however you want.
Don't you think fertile women are going to, like, isn't it a signal to say, like, I'm fertile, I can make babies? That's why men are attracted to that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the way of nature.
Could it be pheromones more than just?
And if we wanted to be wise and respectful, we would say something like, this 20-year-old woman, it looks very able to reproduce and would produce handsome children. That's all well and good.
Another way
Those
of saying that
children,
is
those children are going to be dependent on both their mother and their father for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Okay. A man who's, say, 50 years old, 60 years old, 70 years old, producing children with someone that age is not exactly going to be throwing footballs in the backyard with the young ones he produces.
Sure.
So because of that, what we should want is that she find another sexually attractive, potent looking man about her age.
Well, but you know what? Do you know what women find attractive? They find physicality attractive, but much less than men.
Hey,
they find what does a woman look for in a man? Maturity, stability, being able to provide, right? And that's usually an older man. So I'm not saying anything that's crazy, but I'm just saying it's crazy that people think it's crazy to say.
Well,
I
I'm
agree with you. At a
wondering-
certain point, if the guy's 90 years old, it's crazy.
Yeah. All right. Tell you what.
Things we're saying can happen, but they're not universally true, Ben.
Jack, am I promoting lust on your stream?
Sounds like it.
I'm not saying I would. I think it's a prudent idea. I'm just saying.
You're pointing it out.
Youth is
and-
attractive. You're saying that's immoral to say that youth is attractive?
Nope. But I think you're making excuses for the natural lustful thoughts that may come up. And there's nothing wrong with that, but we do outgrow. What's that?
Do you think that being attracted to a woman is necessarily lustful? What if you want to marry her?
It depends on what's in the heart.
Right.
Now, the topic, as I understood, was just seeing a random 19, 20-year-old woman and identifying with the sexual beauty rather than just the beauty. So there's the intention of the heart, the intention, which is going to drive, well, the mind and the heart. They go together. And if we allow the mind to lead us into lustful places, the heart will go.
Well, if you say I'm attracted to this woman sexually, And I also would like to find out more about her. So I'm going to go talk to her. She turns out to be a wonderful woman. And right, I'm not saying that's the only thing about a 19. I'm just saying on the face of it, that's attractive. So no problem. I don't think that's crazy to say. I think that's pretty, it's almost like doesn't even need to be said. It's so obvious.
Okay, it's obvious. What's it got to do with Christ consciousness?
What's it got to do with Christ consciousness? Well, where did our Lord first perform his first miracle?
It was at the wedding, no?
At the wedding. What's a wedding?
It's a unification.
Okay, how do they get unified?
Agreements?
No.
Conjugal visits.
They have sex.
Not in the wedding.
Yeah, well, it's assumed.
I'm
marriage
sure
doesn't
some
take
way
place.
or another they've had it
The
in.
marriage is contemplated. You got to have the agreement, but then you also got to have this consummation, or you don't have a marriage. Every culture knows that.
Okay, but Ben, I'm not
So
sure.
our Lord was endorsing sex.
Hey, Ben.
But he was endorsing a certain type of sex. If you really want to go back to the actual Bible, man, he was endorsing that you either be celibate or have that one woman as a partner. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much.
He turned at the wedding. He turned the water into wine to say, "Let's have a party."
Okay.
Celebrate
That's your interpretation.
You know, here's the thing, though. The topic and the idea was to share some faith. I'm not sure how the conversation on.
No, I don't mean to derail.
Jack, do you mind? Do you mind?
Well, let me say one other thing about the Bible. Do you know what the first commandment was before any of the 10 commandments? The first commandment in the Bible is that God said to be fruitful and multiply. Well, how do you do that?
Ben, you don't go out and find adolescents or any form of youth that is far younger than you to attempt to procreate. That's kind of disturbing if there's more than a 10 to 15 year age gap. Either way, male or female.
I'm not talking about adolescents.
Adolescents to you would be 10 years younger.
Okay, so a 42-year-old is an adolescent. Okay, and I'm the crazy one. You're crazy.
In regards to you, yes, it would be disturbing to see that happen.
Look up the term adolescence and see if it includes 42-year-olds. It doesn't.
I feel like
adolescent in comparison to you. Do you understand common English? Because I understand that you don't understand couth and etiquette.
That's not how English is used.
No, you can't pull that one off.
Never is
That
a
doesn't make
42-year-old.
Hello.
I don't. You know, God also said, "Stay away from sexual perversion."
Hey, actually,
so how do we have sex with these women? You know, so a lot of things have changed in today's terms. You know what I'm saying? Ain't you the hitter of women, right?
Here, coming
I'm
back.
not talking about me. I'm just saying.
I'm just asking a question.
What the hell?
You think it's a sexual perversion to be attracted to women who are young and beautiful? That's crazy.
Okay,
much
can I ask a
younger.
question?
Yes.
Can I ask a question real quick? Jack,
I believe
what were you
Jack's trying
wanting
to
to
get the
say?
floor.
Jack, what do you want to say?
I wanted to come back to that comment of to be fruitful and multiply. Well, let's consider that. Fruitful is not just with the procreation and birth, but we're here to share the fruits of who we become.
Absolutely.
To offer forth the fruit of wisdom, the fruit of love, authentic love, true love. And
true.
And we're here to multiply in the abundance, multiply in the prosperity. What do Americans do? Multiply divisions, multiply problems. That's what people do. That's the American way. Fear, share the shame, share the hate. We are a confused species.
I agree. Jack, are you telling these other people who are saying what they're saying to me that that's what they're doing? Because that is what they're doing.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, Ben.
Well, you said we shouldn't be being unfruitful and dividing. right?
Right.
So if a man says younger women are attractive, which is the most obvious thing in the world,
Why are you
why are they
focused
hating?
only on the
What are they
sexual?
upset about?
Ben, why are you focused only on the sexual part?
Attractive women are attractive.
I think
at
you've
the end
got.
of the day.
I think you've
I'm
got.
focused on these
some-
people being crazy. That's what I'm focused
Well,
on.
it's your. Those are your
Age
thoughts.
has nothing to do with attractiveness. Just to let you know that.
Someone who says a 42-year-old's an adolescent is crazy, out of their mind.
Oh
That
my
Nubs,
God.
you're a bit
That
off.
is
Adolescent to you.
There's
What
no
are you
such thing as
guys
To
adolescent
doing?
you
to you. It doesn't
specifically.
make any sense.
Adolescence to you.
Well, what's a
Younger
newborn
than
to
you.
me? What's a newborn to me?
Ben and Nubs.
A child.
What are you guys? What are you guys doing?
Yeah, Nubs, what's your problem?
I think you're ridiculous, and I'm looking to
Nubs,
have you be quiet so that. All right, go ahead, Jack.
Okay, please.
Street
Yeah,
beeps.
I want you guys to see what you are each doing, not what the other is doing, what you each are doing. Sincerely, this is like juvenile children.
He started it.
Right. Thanks,
Teacher,
Ben.
teacher,
He
tell them what to do.
started it.
Well,
He started
Yeah,
it,
yeah, he
guys.
started it. That matters. He started it. He started acting like an asshole and saying retarded
who
things.
cares?
I called him a retard.
It's an opportunity for you to practice surrender and forgiveness.
I'm a surrender
Maybe
to
even-
Nubs.
Yep. Surrender to the truth. That
Why should I surrender to him? What's there to
because
surrender?
because
I'm
you
gonna
can
bend
share
over
with,
for this idiot?
hey Ben,
Because
Ben,
I haven't
I'm gonna
done
explain
anything.
it. Nubs, I want to explain it. You can share respect to the rest of the platform and recognize that this conflict is unnecessary, unproductive, unhelpful, and actually unwelcome from my perspective.
I came here for love.
I know. So let's disengage from the conflicts and the arguments with
Yeah,
each
Nubs,
other.
shut your fucking
Please.
stupid mouth, will you?
Love can
Jack,
be
can
tough
I
too,
ask a
though.
I was
question?
here because I saw he was
Love and all
here
this
for
sweet shit that
love
Jack be
for
preaching.
people that are adolescent to him,
Dude,
much
Nubs,
like
can I ask
his
you-
daughter's age.
You're here to defend 42-year-old women from me. Get the fuck out
And
of
you
here.
guys are right back in your friggin' loop. Are you
He won't
12?
stop. I told him. Why don't you tell him to surrender?
Ben, you have self-control, right? Do
Yeah.
you? Are you sure?
Yes. I'm a master.
Not around his child.
Well,
Can we shut
Well,
the
Jack,
fuck up?
Jack, what did that nigga just say? What did he just say?
he said not around your child, if I heard him.
From what
right.
I've heard, not around your
How's
child
that-
with the
how's that
self-control,
for
but
being
that's
a
just
nice
me.
guy?
Hold on, time out. You a nigga now? I ain't know you was a nigga to be saying shit like that.
Get him, Jalen.
I meant that dude.
I'm just saying, bro. Who is you?
He's a
Is he
bullshit
even
artist.
black, bro? Like, what the fuck is you doing, bro?
Oh, come on. You really care. Come on.
He's speaking in a different
I do
dialect.
care.
It's
And didn't I
colloquialism.
speak on it?
You know how I meant it. Nubs is
No, did you just offer the N-word? Did I miss that?
I
Mr.
think
Thorpe,
you
are
ignored
you
it. I don't think you missed it.
Mr. Thorpe? Are you
it
just
said?
trying to be edgy and provocative?
No.
Is that
Hey,
the idea?
well, then
I
please.
I spoke in anger. I spoke in anger. I used profanity. I did not use it to hurt anybody's feelings. All the snowflakes, I'm sorry.
Hey, Ben, we were just discussing self-control, were we not? Do you lack self-control or self-awareness? Which is it?
I think he deserved it.
What? Okay, well, what if
Thinking
your
hasn't been your
judgment is
strong point,
flawed?
Does
has it,
nigga
man?
have a negative connotation
Well,
to
what
you or
was he saying?
something?
Well, Jack, wait. Jack, what was he saying?
Nah, bro, it
What
sounds
was
like
he
you saying a lot in what you saying.
He's talking about my daughter.
No,
I
I'm
don't
speaking
know
about
that
a
it was
situation that I
him.
You kicked your
witnessed.
daughter, right?
That was the other person.
You kicked your daughter though, right?
I would say I shoved her with my foot, but
Okay.
You shoved her with your foot. Great stuff.
That's kind of tough still for your daughter, bro. You never
Your
did
daughter,
Real tough guy. Tough guy.
Hey, Ben.
Real tough guy.
Ben.
I'm not saying I'm a
did-
tough guy for doing that. No.
Hey, Ben, can I ask you a question? Ben, can I ask you a question seriously?
Absolutely.
When you saw Grace had pulled Courtney by the hair and pulled her out, kicked her out the door. You saw her, turning her head around, saying, "Look, he's on the couch," when she was watching something maybe she shouldn't have.
Yep.
Did you ever admonish Grace for that and say to her, "Look, regardless of whether you like it or not, that's your mother and you fucking respect her, or you get out of the fucking house, out of my face, because I have no respect for you"?
All right, I'll answer that. In that first thing where she like tossed her out, like that was a bit, like they were both in on it. Okay, that was played up.
Do you think the rest of us need to see a bit like that? Sorry to interrupt, but I mean that is a little harsh for your mother to be treated that way.
Are you saying you're a victim of that?
If that's what you want to think, Ben, no, I'm saying that you're a victim of your own stupidity. If that's what you're saying.
Well, that doesn't even make any sense. In the second,
Okay.
the second issue you're talking about, that was not a bit. Her mother was talking to a guy named Hormaxer very sexually provocatively with our own son, who was 10 years old at the time.
So incest runs heavily in your family then, right?
See, now, if you said that to my face, I would fucking clock you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that wouldn't be happening either. Because if I'm going to say it here, I'd say it to your fucking face.
Why don't you cam up? Why
You
don't
know
you cam
what?
up? Why don't you be a man?
Use
your fucking name. Cam up.
There you go, buddy.
All right.
Anytime you want to kick a little girl, you want to kick a young lady.
One ugly motherfucker.
Hey,
absolutely.
You were right. It's better before.
And you're dumb enough to make a threat on a live channel and jeopardize this guy's channel.
Go cry. I didn't threaten you. I said if you said that to my face, I'd fucking clock you.
And I said I'd do it directly. I would absolutely do it.
That's not a threat. That's not a threat. Don't cry. Don't go.
You know what? I don't know how many times I've got to ask for this to be disengaged. Do you see the juvenile egos, right? What I call the ego that is a part of every man and woman. It's the agent of chaos. It's the devil that's within. And the devil within, it doesn't really care about what's going on. It just wants to win. Nubs and Ben, you guys are both egotistical, and you're both your arrogance keeps you both confused.
Well, their lack of acting like Christ, trying to be like Christ, trying to be agreeable, as you might say. They're not. They are in total disagreement, and I think that Ben, for all intents and purposes, has a distorted view on how we should treat women or our family members, especially of the opposite persuasion, if you would. I've always thought that they should be treated with a little more respect. Obviously, they've got to show the reality that they're not.
That wasn't me, but I'm grateful for it. Thank you, Scott, for silencing yourself. Praise God. God is so good. Sincerely, God is so good. I think I'm actually ready to wrap up.
All right, Jack, I'm ready to get out of here myself. The longer it seems like, the longer I hang out on here. We learn, I learn more by just keeping my mouth shut. You know what I mean? And no wonder God said not to put your faith and trust in man. But, it's because in all reality, that's the one thing that's the only thing that we can control is ourselves. Doesn't have to be complicated, but much love and many blessings. Remember, popularity without a positive purpose is pointless and valueless to life.
It is.
Be the change you wish to see.
Appreciate you, 5-Speed. Thank you, man.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for letting me on your channel and for answering a couple of my questions. I appreciate that. And thank you all for adding to my life experience. I appreciate you.
Hey, I appreciate you as well. And, sometimes my streams are regular. And I don't know how much attention you've shared, but you're welcome to return. Certainly, please.
Thank you, Jack.
Thank you. Thanks for joining.
Be blessed.
Amen. And I think Jalen stepped out. Or is that who that was? Oh. Flo, you still there? All right. I think Flo may have stepped away or moved on. I'm going to continue. Sincerely, all who joined the panel today, I do appreciate the fellowship. I do appreciate the conversations. All who tuned in today, sincerely, thank you. We, you, me, on the panel, in the chat, viewing later, even the people who don't even know we're here, we're all a part of this time in history. And I truly believe, like I started the stream earlier, we're a part of this cosmic play that the Creator is unfolding. Now, the truth is the way. Love leads us through life, but the world is designed to allow temptation and corruption, and we were born into a dark and confused world. But we are living at a time where there is a convergence, there's an I don't know the right word, but there's like a rising of information in the collective atmosphere, which is part of what we're sharing here. We are in the clouds at this time. And it's my prayer, my hope, my belief that some way, perhaps, God may allow some of us here in the clouds who are fighting for, standing for, not fighting for, presenting forth the truth and the truth of God's love for the world to consider. I hope to be part of leading a change, becoming a part of a greater change. And you know what? Whether I'm leading or just participating, we are a part of an incredible change that's happening here on Earth. What I found the key for me is realize I am now. The past is the past. In the past, I was who I was. I am who I am. In the future, I'll discover who I become. But along the way, I'm going to recognize what life is, this cosmic play. We are all in this each day to refine and purify our character. Something I consider too, and in the description, once again, there's a video from Sat Yoga Institute, a lecture from Shunya Murti, and he talks about some observations on this world, how the conflicts are creating a confluence and there is a merging between the old and the new. And I believe, I have faith in God's will, I have faith in God's love. The way to know God's love, God's faith, the divine faith that's available, it's to become a devotee. Devote yourself to knowing the truth of God, and you create a more intimate relationship, a closer bond with you, and that which provides the answers. So I hope that makes sense. I hope those who joined find a little positivity, a little encouragement, some seeds of thought to allow your own faith to grow. Because if you can allow yourself to align with the I am, the divine awareness that is, from your perspective, you can rest, as I say, I rest in me so that